What is going on, everyone? So in this week's video, I'm going to show you the filter system that I've been using for a little over a year now. As a matter of full disclosure, I have zero affiliation whatsoever with PolarPro. I bought this with my own money. I did have an opportunity to see the system before it was released because I was on their podcast back in 2019. But after seeing the system, it solved some issues that I had with my own kit using some larger lenses. And it has worked really well for me. So now that I've used it for over a year now, I'm going to show you my thoughts and show the system and how everything works. So the basis of the whole system is this holder right here, which has two filter slots, which will accommodate two different types of filters. You have the 4" by 4" solid NDs, then also you have the grad ND filters. There's an adapter ring that will screw onto the front of the lens. And this is a 95mm thread size, which is fairly unique because a lot of these systems don't go to a thread size quite that large. It's worth noting that the adapter ring has fine threads and my lens has coarse threads, but the adapter will still go on there. I also have an adapter for 67mm, which some of my other lenses will use. And then I also have a stepping ring on this from 52mm up to 67. So my lenses are 52, 67, and 95, and this system will cover all of them. I can also use this with my digital kit, which has a 77 and then also a 82mm thread size. So I have those adapters as well. The holder is going to fit right over there like that. You pull up on this guy and then you can lock it in place like that. When you loosen it, you can rotate it if you have an uneven horizon you're trying to work with. But it's going to lock that in place right there. The way it works with the filter slots, your solid NDs, they're going to go closest to the lens, and then the grad filters will go in the slot further away from it. It's actually a really clever design. You'll also notice that the filters are in their own metal frames, along with a tab there, which allows you to handle it very easily. So you're not going to be getting fingerprints on the filters anymore. There is a slight lip where the frame sticks out a little bit bigger than the glass. So in the event that you have two filters that accidentally hit up against each other, it's the metal frames are going to touch and not the glass itself. And that's the other thing worth mentioning. These are glass and these are multi-coated, and I found that they're very, very neutral. So I've been very happy with them optically. But I can show you how this filter is going to drop in there, just like that. And there's a stop right at the bottom there. And then you can go ahead and you can lock down the thread right here if you want to lock it in place. It's not really needed to do that, but you certainly can if you want to. There's a really nice light seal going on there. The grad filter will then go over the front of it right here like this. And then again, I can loosen this guy right here, and then this will drop in place. There's a little bit of friction there, and there is a stopping point right there. So you don't have to worry about it falling all the way through. One thing I've noticed, so if you're going to be using just a grad filter, and if you're not going to be using this filter here, it's a little bit more difficult to line up the filter into the slot because it has the outer slot. So it gets, actually I did not too bad there, but sometimes it takes me a couple attempts. I really wouldn't mind if they had a like a dummy filter that represented just the frame of this you could drop in, because that way the other filter will drop in very easily. Now you might be wondering, what about a polarizer? Well, they have that covered as well. So if I pull this off, this is their polarizing filter. And so that is going to drop into, let's see if I can hold this in a way that can make it quite visible. That is going to drop into the back of it. There's a little tab there. This guy right here drops in place like so. And then that will go on over the top. If I can line it up just like that. And then you can use that in combination with the solid ND or the grads. I don't use a polarizer a lot, but it definitely comes in handy at times when I need to have some water in the foreground or something on the lines. Another part of the system which I don't find to be the most useful is this rubber hood. I think in concept it's kind of cool. It fits over the whole thing. It fits it like a glove. But it just doesn't protect it that much in terms of a hood. So I don't find myself using that. I do wish there was something a little bit like my old system that has this collapsible hood from Lee. So that'd be kind of nice. But in the year or so that I've been using this, I have not really felt a need for having a hood on there. I can always hold up a dark slide over the front of it. Optically, I'm very, very happy with it. It's very simple to use. It works with both my film kit as well as my digital kit with all the lenses that I have. I have a total of 4 of the grad filters, 2 stops and 3 stops with both the hard transition and the soft transition. And just for a reference point, probably a little tough to see here. I'll have it at an angle so you don't see reflection as much, but you can see the, hopefully, maybe the transitions there between those filters. Those are both 2-stop filters, just a soft and a hard stop. And then the other thing is the cases that are included with the filter. So each filter comes with its own case. If you have just 1 or 2 filters, it's not a big deal. But if you have a whole set of filters, the cases get to be a little bit too bulky. So I found that the Filter Hive Mini from Mindshift is a really good match for these filters. With one slight modification, because this is about as slim of a case as you can get to be able to fit these filters. 4 of them will fit in there. But what I did is I actually sliced the webbing on the side there a little bit, which makes it a lot easier to pull the filters out. Because without doing that, they'll tabs stick out a little bit. But I have all 4 grads I'll put in one of these cases. I have another case that I'll put the Polarizer adapter rings and then the solid ND. But I've been very, very happy with it. I've already taken several photos with the system. Optically, it's fantastic. The filters are very neutral. I'm very, very happy with the build quality. It is not an inexpensive system. I'll have a link to it down below in the show notes so you can check it out. But I'm extremely happy with it, especially how it can be used on both my film kit as well as my digital kit. It just simplifies the whole process. But hopefully this was helpful. I want to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you around next time.